Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've got a myofascial release for the feet today, something that most of us could really use, most of us could really appreciate, is working with our feet. If you think about it, the whole fascia system of our body, a whole muscular system of our body, has to meet our feet at some point. We aren't really a combination of a bunch of different muscles. We are really like one big muscle, one big fascial system. So one of our extremities of that system is in our feet. So if we're working the feet, then we are, by extension, kind of working the ends of different places in our body, which is why getting a foot massage or even getting hand massage can kind of feel like having a full body massage. So in the absence of our ability to get a massage, we can work the feet. So what you'll need is a tennis ball. If you have yoga tune-up balls or melt ball system that you would rather use, you're welcome to. And especially if you're using a tennis ball, they're kind of slippery, I do recommend having a blanket or a towel that you'll actually place the ball on. It will prevent it from sliding too far one direction or another. So choose a foot, and then bring the heel of your foot onto your tennis ball and plant your toes. Just place your other foot in a position that's comfortable and supportive, and start to bring weight into that heel that's on the ball. You might kind of bounce back and forth. You might hold. You could even pop up onto the back toes, bring a lot more weight into the heel that's on the ball. The heel that's on the ball. Good, rocking back and forth here. And then planting your back foot, start to turn the heel that's on your tennis ball. See, I'm already losing my ball here. Start to turn that heel left to right. Kind of think windshield wiper. I don't have yoga tune-up balls, but I've heard that they're a little bit stickier, which means that they won't slide quite as much to and fro. So something you could invest in. Amazon has them. Good, and then we'll slide that tennis ball, so slide the heel back toward your body so that the tennis ball comes just in front of your heel into kind of that little pocket, the very beginning of the arch of your foot. And then again, create some pressure there. Maybe lift off the back foot, press into that area. You could pulse. If it feels pretty intense, all of us are a little different, then you could just pulse, putting just enough pressure. The name of the game here is to feel sensation, to get a reaction in the tissue, not pain. Pain causes contraction around tissues, and that's kind of the opposite of what we're looking for. Again, we're going to pause and then left to right, kind of swinging that heel left to right. Find a good pressure. At any point, adjust the ball on your blanket or towel. And our next move is going to be shifting heel back in space enough that the heel comes to the ground, the toes can point up. So I'm kind of right at the center of my foot now. And again, we'll pulse, kind of put pressure into that foot. I'm starting to get a lot of sensational feedback where I personally wasn't before in the other positions that we were in. You might be noticing something similar. And keeping that heel on the ground, we'll do that wagging windshield wiper, left to right. And good pressure kind of means that our sensation level is maybe 6, 7 max out of 10, that we're still able to breathe deeply, to relax other parts of our body, shoulders, jaw. Good, then just bringing that ball a little bit closer to the ball of your foot. So right about underneath that very pointy bone, the mound of the big toe, just right underneath that in the arch. And finding a little movement, pressing into that area just underneath or a little bit more toward the heel. So not right on top of the ball of the foot, but just under, a little more toward the heel. And we're working our way slowly up toward the toes. At any point, if something feels good, you can just pause, breathe, find that right good pressure. Find a little movement side to side. If it's available, I like to go all the way to the inner arch and all the way to the outer arch, or what we think of as like the outer foot. Just tracing underneath those bones that create the ball of our foot. Good, then going directly on those bones, kind of trace some circles around the ball of the foot. Or you can find that windshield wiper side to side if that feels easier. And then the last thing here is plant your heel to the earth or to your towel and keep the ball just under the ball of your foot. Not a lot of pressure here, just for that support. Spread every toe. Kind of think of them as fingers that you are spreading really wide. And then draw the toes together. Squeeze the toes together. Good. We want to be able to do both. Spreading the toes and drawing them together. These are different muscles that control these actions. Keep going. And we want to be able to recruit both. Okay, next is we're going to play pick up the ball. If you have a tennis ball and you're able to actually pick it up with your toes, you probably have some pretty long and strong toes. But it's just a game, and we're probably not going to actually pick up the ball, but try. So spread your toes and squeeze around your tennis ball or whatever prop you're using. Try and pick it up. If you're feeling a little crampy, you can pause. Try again when that cramp is gone. Good, then shake that foot out. Shake the other foot out. My opposite hip that's been standing is definitely talking to me. Whenever you're ready, I like to stand, close my eyes, take a few breaths, and notice my feet left to right. So I started with my left foot. I'm noticing there's a big difference in sensation now to me between the left and right foot. I even feel like my weight is a little more even in my left foot, where in my right foot, it's more toward the toes. So taking inventory. And opposite side. So again, the first move that we'll find is heel to our prop. So toes rest on your blanket or on your mat, and then press into your heel. You can lift the opposite heel, bringing more weight. It's a balance challenge, so no need to do this if you feel very off kilter. But if you can find stability, this kind of will create the most pressure. And you can pulse on and off. And once you're ready with that good amount of pressure, that positive feeling, positive feedback, wag the heel left to right. Sliding that tennis ball or your prop just above the heel, just to the first part of the inner arch of our foot, or the center arch, I should say. And then again, find some pressure, maybe pulse on and off. Find a good amount of pressure. And then left to right, wag the heel. Lost the ball. And our breath can be a really good indicator for us, how much we're efforting, how much we're exerting. If our breath is shallow or short, kind of stays in the chest area, or we notice we're not breathing at all, these are good signs that maybe we're holding a lot of tension or our sensation level with our prop is just a little too high. So we're looking for a relationship between the sensation we're creating and our breath so that our nervous system knows, hey, it's okay to relax into this. So that our nervous system knows it's okay to release the muscles and the tension in the fascia. That's the message we're trying to send. So up from there, just enough so that your heel now hits the earth or your blanket and the toes pop up. And again, a little pressure. We're just getting into maybe the center of the foot, maybe just below center of the foot, pulsing or finding stillness. I even like to move my toes around a bit, especially at this point. Maybe gentle point and flex. And again, left to right. Sliding our prop just up a little bit, just under the ball of the foot, and find pressure. Pulsing the weight on and off of our tennis ball, or finding stillness with the weight at that perfect sensation level. Awareness of breath, awareness of tension in neck and shoulders and jaw. Left to right underneath of ball of the foot, tracing underneath the bones. And then on top of the big toe mound, or the ball of the foot on the inside and then the outside, tracing circles, or left to right. And then propping the ball of the foot onto our tennis ball or prop, spread every toe, and then draw every toe to squeeze together. So spread, squeeze. Reach out, draw in. A couple more times. You might realize that one foot is better at doing this than another, or maybe some of your toes are better than others at these actions. And then we'll play pick up the tennis ball with our toes. Imagining you have kind of monkey feet. You could use your toes to, just like hands. We wear shoes, most of us at many points throughout the year, especially if we live in cold climates, we're wearing closed-toed shoes a lot. And this can create pressure in the outer toes to squeeze in, so we're kind of always in this shape with our toes kind of squeezing in. So finding shoes that have what's called a wide toe box to allow the natural splay of the toes as you walk can be really helpful in keeping our feet healthy. Okay, I forgot to do this on the other side, but we'll do this on both sides now. At this point, just roll around, all around, front to back, or making lines on the feet, outer and inner, or like big circles. Tying everything together. At this point, if there was any spots you feel like you missed, you can start to explore. I really like the inner arch of my foot. Kind of turning, pronating the foot, so turning the foot so that the outer foot is reaching up, inner foot is kind of collapsing in, and then tracing a line up and down. That feels really good to me. And because we didn't do this on the other foot, we'll switch sides. Just some creative movement. What feels good? coming to stand once again to just take inventory. Closing down the eyes can help to start to tune into more subtle sensations. So feeling your feet. Where's the weight? All right. Thank you for coming along with me on that journey on myofascial release for the feet. Hoping that you have a day of happy feet. Namaste.